Welcome, everybody, to another week of Action Round Zero, as our friend Justin Abramson likes to call it, Twilight Struggle's biggest stage. Today, we're going to watch a game between Jan Wimmer and Thomas Coverdale. It was sent in by Jan Wimmer. This is also one of the highest rated games of the first 2 weeks. I'm joined today by Michael Stryker, who I think you play some team games with Thomas, right? You know him quite well?
Yeah, I've played with Thomas a number of times, played with Jan. Just a few weeks back, he knocked me out of the Western League, unfortunately. So, and also I think I've got a pretty bad record against Thomas, so they both have done very well against me.
Thomas, of course, famous for all of his puzzles that he's created for us.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to start playing this. And how do you feel about Jan's opening hand here?
I think it's a great opening hand. He's got a ton of ops. Let me count real quick. 11, 18, 21 ops. So that's a very strong hand. He's got Socialist as a headline. The other possibility is he could do Suez as a headline, coup Iran, and try to score a big Mideast.
Yeah, I think I would go for that. You have the two. You have Suck-Govs if you feel like your opponent might take Europe Dom, but I like attacking Middle East here.
Yeah, I usually don't like attacking Mideast if I can't get to Southeast Asia. With Mideast scoring in hand and being able to pair it with Suez, that's not a bad deal. But if you're going to do that, if your plan is to headline Suez, I would not have set up in Austria. You're going to play EU. I don't really think there's much of a point in it.
Yeah.
Well, now with him set up in France, I like Suez even better.
But we're going to see Suck-Govs instead. So I guess he's cooing Italy.
Yeah, he's going to go for the Italy.
Yeah, and it's a moot point.
Yes, it makes no difference either way. So now NTB, is it going to go Italy? Is it going to go Iran? Goes Iran. It's an in-between roll. I'm not sure if that's a great roll, a bad roll, or an in-between roll, just because now it's a very easy target to coup back.
Yeah.
No hesitation. Is he going to coup or place influence? Let's see what he does. I'm not sure which is better here.
It's scary
if he doesn't coup right away. If you don't coup right away, then you know Jan is going to take control of Iran, and it's a little bit tougher to get there next time.
But then if you miss the roll, then Suez is a monster.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
So it goes to Iran. Is he going to go to... No, I don't know if he goes to Pakistan. Oh, he goes to South Korea. Yeah, that makes good sense. I like that play.
Yeah, very sensible. He's thinking about it, though. And now we're in this position where you're looking at that Middle East scoring card and you're thinking, okay, is it worth it to spend 3 ops to get 3 VPs here? Or do those 3 ops need to go somewhere else?
As soon as you can. I would want to get it out of my hand and get going on something else. But the problem is this is the time for Thomas to coup.
Yeah.
If he gets a good roll,
not quite enough.
Not enough. So I think Jan could get a rack and not give him a coup target.
Yeah, exactly. But giving up Thailand in the process.
Well, there's nothing he can do about that.
Yeah.
That's lost.
Yeah.
But he'll be able to get to Iran when DEFCON gets to 2, or he can go Afghanistan, Pakistan. So I don't think he's going to get dominated in Asia, but Thomas should be able to get enough of the Asian companies so that he's not dominated.
Yeah.
Oh, he goes France. I wasn't sure if he'd go France, Libya, or Thailand.
Yeah. You missed the space.
That's interesting. He goes to space.
So I wonder if Suez here. What do you do with Suez here?
It's probably your hold.
I'm sorry, what?
That's the hold card, for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, I wasn't thinking there for a second. Because you got containment.
So we're watching the game at normal 1.0 speed, right?
That's correct.
So these guys are playing super quick.
Yeah.
It feels that way to me.
Maybe it's going a little bit faster, actually, now that I think about it. Nope, it's at 1.0. That second counter in the clock, it just seems like it's going a little bit fast.
Yeah, that all makes perfect sense. Now Thompson's either going to have to coup Iraq or he's going to open himself up to a coup of Thailand on AR1 next turn.
Yeah, and of course Suez is a fantastic headline, and Defectors is gone.
Suez is a great headline. Saves them from Europe. I think I would take the coup. Of course, even if he coups, Thailand's vulnerable to like DECO or Vietnam. So
Yeah, so
there's no guarantee there.
What about putting one in Thailand, one in Burma to give access to India?
Yeah, maybe even something like that, and just say, go ahead and coup me, but he still doesn't have a coup target, even if DEFCON's 4, he doesn't have a coup target.
Yeah. I like that.
Oh yeah, all right.
So it was a 4-op too because of containment. So cooing there is kind of like,
yeah. That's a very
that's a good
another
purge.
very nice hand. Yeah, Defectors is gone.
Yeah.
That's going to make life extremely difficult for Thomas this turn.
So you think about blockade, you think about decall, you think about these problems. I'm seeing a problematic hand for Thomas here.
Oh, absolutely. If he's got blockade and deco, he's going to have to give one of them.
But that's a big
at
two.
Least
that's a painful
at least he avoids
two.
any disaster there.
Oh, a three is enormous there. 3 or higher.
Yeah, because he probably can't cover it. I mean, he might be able to cover it with a 4, but still.
And now you basically have a bunch of 2-ops. Although your opponent's probably not going to go into India here.
Well, he's either going to have to coup Iraq just to get DEFCON down, get his mill up, or he goes to well, I don't know if he goes to India or if he goes to Thailand. He might go to Thailand being worried about Vietnam or being worried about DECO.
Yeah, unless he's holding both and is going to have to control them. I think it would be really big for Jan here to also get a coup into Panama if he gets a chance. If Thomas doesn't.
What is Jan may want to. No, Suez doesn't do a whole lot with France so overwhelmingly protected.
No, I mean it takes 2 out of UK, so you have to spend 2 to get the. But then I figured what Jan's going to do here is just hold 5-year plan for Europe on turn 3. I mean, if you're Thomas, you're going to score that as soon as possible, right? Even if you're holding Truman.
Yeah. I don't know if you'd score it right now or if you'd take a coup right now.
Yeah. That's a painful coup, though.
Thomas could have all sorts of problems being purged. Like I say, blockade and DECO are both out there, and that's just a horrible combination if he's got them both.
Yeah.
Especially with Europe unscored. I could have played that for the event if he wanted to 3-op.
Yeah. 3 VPs, you mean? Yeah. I feel like that tells us he doesn't have decall in hand because he's worried about a decall coming into Thailand there.
Or he's going to play DECO.
That's true.
Even though I'm not sure which I'd rather play at this point if I had them both.
Okay,
and that's his get out of jail free card there.
And that's the D-stall.
Oh,
he's holding D-stall, right?
Yeah, must be a D-stall hold. Oh, here comes the IP. No, he's got the IP war.
So he's got the IP war, yeah. He's got all the wars.
Yeah, Thomas, he's dominating Europe.
Yeah.
He's not going to get dominated in Asia. He's okay in the Mideast. And if he's holding these down, okay there too. So he might have good, decent long-term prospects.
I think now that Jan knows that Thomas has D-stall, you got to take that coup in Panama. Right?
Probably. I mean, that lets Thomas take Libya. I'm sorry, not Libya. Take Lebanon,
Yeah.
and then he can start marching in Africa. So you may want to just kind of hold off. You may be thinking, I'll just wait.
Make him spend it to coups Iraq
Yeah,
for
make him
mill-ups instead.
exactly. Make him do the coup, and then you get Lebanon first. And if Thomas is kind of hesitant to take the coup,
Yeah.
you know, the later in the turn that DEFCON drops to 2, probably the better for
Yeah.
for
and
Jan.
you might want to hold Suez you might want to hold Suez for oh, there's the coup.
For Europe scoring, yeah.
Yeah, hold Suez for the headline. Yeah. Ooh, I don't like taking that. I don't like that at all.
There's no point in doing that. He's already got his mill up. Yeah. I don't like that either.
Maybe he's trying.
Two options better there.
I think he's trying to take.
You could have taken Lebanon too. Lebanon would be really nice there.
I think he was thinking he needs to protect Pakistan from because Thomas has the China card now.
You're better off with the ops. That was I don't care for that play.
Yeah, one in India and one in Pakistan works just as well. And now he's not holding Suez either. You still got to put one in Pakistan. You don't have a choice there.
I think you want Iran, but
well, this does give Dom in Asia.
Right.
We might see Thomas might want to space De Gaulle, for example. Oh no, he's probably holding a 4-up, right? He's holding Marshall for blockade. No.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna have to put one in Vietnam. Yeah. You're right. So we got 2 ops left.
Yeah. He wasn't holding D-stall. He played UN.
What was it? Oh, maybe.
Oh, D-call. D-call must have been it.
It must have been D-call. Still, he could have.
Or blockade.
Oh no, maybe it's better to hold it instead of to UN it.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the cards, the known cards here, but it's NATO, CIA, blockade, D-call, and Europe scoring.
Okay. Ay. This is another pretty decent hand.
Yeah, but it would have been nice to hold Suez.
He's going to lose the Europe domination, but that's okay. D-stall is perfect. Oh, he's got defectors. He's got defectors,
but yeah, that's scary.
That's the problem with it. Huh?
Yeah, no, you don't go. I mean, I guess you go into South Africa.
Well, yeah, I think something like Venezuela, Brazil, Chile, South Africa.
Mexico's a little greedy, but okay.
That's greedy.
We have the war for our mill ops, so we're getting that anyway. But
you're daring him to roll in Venezuela if you put just one there and you don't take Brazil as well. Interesting.
He could place one into Colombia too.
So make a mental note. Jan is very aggressive. Make a mental note for when you play Jan.
Yeah.
Watch out. He's aggressive.
Yeah. I mean, I think Thomas there's a case to be made for placing into Colombia here too, rather than cooing.
I think you take your shot at Venezuela. What is it? You need a 4, 5, or 6?
Yeah,
4 knocks him out. 5 or 6 gets you in.
Yeah.
Oh, he's rethinking it.
Yeah. I think Chile.
Maybe you heard
Brazil. Yeah, Chile, Brazil. No, he didn't change it. I think maybe instead of Mexico, you go into Brazil there because that means if he coups it, you can take both. I think.
Yeah, if he coups, it works out pretty nice if he rolls low. I mean, I guess he could go Colombia, and then if he goes Colombia, what are you doing? You're probably not coupping yourself. You're probably just filling up Venezuela and Brazil.
He punches it in. I feel like every game has like its big defining decision moment that'll sort of set the course for the rest of the game, and this might be one of them. Of course,
Yes,
looking at
absolutely.
there
Good
was
point.
no better headline, of course. So you're gonna destall, but knowing your opponent has
Yeah,
CIA,
just looking at his cards, these all made perfect sense.
yeah,
But he's going aggressive, so we'll see if Thomas tries to make him pay for it or if Thomas goes conservative.
yeah. I the destalling into Mexico always feels so baller when it works out and you get your like Central America control out of it. But
Yeah,
as
yeah,
soon as that gets realigned out, you're like, oh, I should have put it in Brazil.
exactly.
Especially when you didn't get
Yeah, I'm
Coverdale.
usually right, right. If Thomas Kuza, that will give him most of the African one stabs, but those are very volatile, so they can switch, they can change. And I guess Jan can still get his mill ups with Arab's early war. So if Thomas Kuz, he's not preventing him from getting his mill ups at least. He's going to have to space duck, which means he's going to have to play Marshall. Which all that's fine. You give up the 5 VPs in Europe, but you solidify your position in South America and Africa, and
Yeah.
you're pretty good long term.
Yeah.
But if Thomas hits a big role in Venezuela, all bets are off. And then Thomas is there, and then you've lost both those battlegrounds, and your opponent now has both those battlegrounds. That's a huge swing.
Yeah. We don't know also if Thomas has a good card for blockade. Like, yeah, Thomas has NATO and the China card, which could be important here. But it's not a super easy hand to play, even with Europe scoring. Then you have blockade and decall, and it's not a lot of action.
Oh, he rolls for Venezuela and misses it.
Yeah. That's
So
one of those big moments.
Huge roll there. If he rolls a 4 instead of a 3, this is going to be a completely different game.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Sorry, I was talking when that happened. We should have sat quietly with bated breath. All right, so picks Mexico and Angola. That makes perfect sense.
Now's the time for your realigns. He did not go into Brazil. I would have gone with a 3 up there. At least get to Brazil.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go NATO realigns right here. Someone's going aggressive like that, make him pay.
I mean, you have Mexico as a second target too.
You got a good backup. You got Chile. You got Venezuela. I mean, even if you only get Venezuela with 4 ops, that's not great. But that's not the worst thing in the world. But if you can get, say, Chile and Venezuela, then that's a fantastic. Oh, you should have done it now. You're not going to get another chance.
Oh,
don't give him another chance.
I wonder if Thomas feels like he has another thing to do with NATO, if he needs to like, oh, okay, now you get a second chance.
Make him pay. Roll the dice. You can't be afraid to roll the dice in this game.
Michael Stryker with some opinions about the order of play here.
Yeah.
No, I mean, one of those, like, there's no reason to do the war right away there.
You don't need to rush that. There's no reason to play war right now.
You might even get Korean War later, so.
Yeah, and do you think Thomas is really going to put 2 into Egypt? Probably not.
Okay, here comes that. Yeah, see, I was looking at that. If he needed that to equal up Asia instead of doing, if he has both Europe and Asia, that play makes a lot of sense.
If he does have Asia too, but he can't leave Europe for too long.
No, he scored it already. That was.
Oh, did he score it? I missed it.
Yeah, he scored it instead of the first realign opportunity. So now you just spread here.
There goes your chance.
Yeah.
So I guess you're holding 5-year plan if you're Jan. That makes sense. There's really no region that you're worried about. so you don't
Yeah.
need to hold it.
Yeah.
Maybe you just go ahead and play 5-year plan and discard defector. Just get it out of your hand, get another draw.
I was thinking about that.
Because I don't think
Like,
I guess you're worried about Southeast Asia as the only really bad scoring, right?
yeah, Central America could be bad too, but
It could become bad.
yeah. NCAA is gone, so you're going to be fine holding it. But I was thinking about that too.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, there's no chance that you're going to get DEFCON here. But it looks really good to me for Jan long term. I mean, he's going to have a very nice South America, pretty decent Africa. Asia is scoring positive for him. Midi should eventually score at least equal, if not positive. Oh, he did have Asia. So maybe that's why he was afraid to roll the dice, because he needed to get the op in Asia.
Yeah, because now he's still sitting there with blockade and decall. Decall has to be spaced. And if you have blockade, of course, you want to play it. Ooh, take Dom there.
But he could have always used he could have used the China card there.
Yeah.
Could have used the China card to protect himself in Asia if he had to.
Yeah. I think I like the Middle East Dom there instead of, that forces Thomas to take Egypt before Sadat if you just put one into Syria. Okay, now you space.
Well, Thomas knows his hand, so he knows he doesn't have Mideast.
He doesn't know about defectors. He doesn't know about defectors, but and there's Green War. Fails.
Okay.
And we're gonna hold on to it. So there we go. There's the Syria.
Yeah, I think you might as well. I mean, Southeast Asia could come out, and you're only getting one extra op by not holding on to it.
Yeah. And Thomas has blockade left.
Blockade and one unknown, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. He may not have a card to dump to blockade.
He did not.
Oh,
I'm forgetting now what cards we saw, but I don't think we saw a 3-up. We saw NATO, and that was it. So.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
So.
That works out very nice. The whole 5-year plan for Southeast Asia.
Exactly, and
that works out very nice for him.
And got to be Brezhnev, right?
So let's see. What is he getting? He gets 5-year plan, Panama. That's 2. He's probably spacing Colonial. Truman 3. Allende, I guess you could call it 4, but you could use it for the event just as well. So
yeah,
he's not getting a ton.
Allende
but there's nothing else, is there? I guess you could do it. Yeah, Allende's the other possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure Brezhnev or Allende, either one is basically the same to me. I mean, unless you want to try to double space, then you'd want to go Brezhnev. But I'd probably just play Panama and repair.
You can't double space because we're on space 0.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just in case he tries the scoring too.
Yeah.
David, okay.
Yeah. I think that's fine. Either way would have been okay with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very nice. He's got what? Let's count battlegrounds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for Jan, I believe. Or is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Thomas? So he's way behind in battlegrounds.
Yeah. I would like a bigger coup.
Might as well take a big shot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get your Millobs. Oh.
Yeah. You're very lucky to get a 5.
I mean, get a good roll. But yeah, a 3-op or a 4-op there would have gotten him into Panama as well. And what else is he going to do with his ops this turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else is he going to do with his ops is the question.
Yeah, Saudi.
And then
Thomas just filled Saudi, and now you don't have any. I guess Israel, now that the war's gone.
So now Israel, maybe you punched Libya.
Yeah. No, don't space yet.
Yeah, he just because he's got some decent ops still left.
I guess you set up.
He's going to have a bunch of ops.
Yeah, you can set up the double threat with going Colombia and Cameroon.
I don't want to give him Millops. I don't want to give him any access to South America. I don't like. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, and Panama's coming, so that coup actually kind of super sucked. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
You have to give Panama,
yeah,
so he's getting back in there. Yeah, that should have been a bigger crew.
yeah, definitely. So the only thing he's got to do here is Israel, and then he can just start punching Libya and Saudi and hope he draws Muslim later on. Ooh, missed rolls. I hate those missed space rolls.
Yeah.
Those are big dice rolls also.
Yeah. I guess putting 2 into Libya before Sadat is a good idea. And yeah, Israel's good. But yeah, there's nothing really to do here. I guess you could start overprotecting Asia for the eventual China card play, but Asia was scored.
You can, but it's scored.
Yeah. It's a
And
funny
he's got 4 battlegrounds. Even if he loses one, it's not a disaster.
Yeah, this is a funny situation. I guess you could also put 1 more in Zaire for VOA protection and 1 more in Mexico for VOA protection. I'm just trying to look at.
Yeah, I mean, you can always overprotect your battlegrounds. It's not horrible to overprotect your battlegrounds, but I think a bigger coup in Panama would have been more productive.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, I do like with Muslims being out there, being able to really kind of punch them in those Mideast battlegrounds and make Thomas either make Muslims a much more valuable card, improve Muslims quite a bit, or give up the battleground and just surrender it. Let's see what happens here. Big roll. Oh, he gets it. He needed that one for sure. Big roll.
Yeah. Now the game is completely different.
Yes.
That was one of those moments too.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What are you going to do with all your ops now? Well, he's got his mill ops. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I like that. Or maybe you want to get rid of Colonial first, you're thinking? Free up your hand?
I think you might as well.
Yeah, he might have South America. So I think you probably want to get Uruguay.
Yeah, set up
I think I want to get Uruguay first, just in case he's got South America. Yeah, that's not going to hurt you too bad.
Interesting though that
he still has blockade. Yeah, so that wouldn't have been a possible discard to blockade. He must have something else.
Yeah, I would actually take out of Israel here. That's
something worthwhile. I think he'd use that with the blockade.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I like taking out of Israel here. Just that way, you make Muslims so much nicer. Oh, he goes for the roll finally. Oh, he gets the hero realigned.
And even gets one out of Angola there. Did you see that?
No, should have been Uruguay.
Yeah, got one out of Angola. That was just enormous.
Hero realized. That's too late. Too late to go there now.
Yeah,
I think it would have been Panama. Then you could have punched him in Brazil with NTB.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So Panama first.
It does if you do it on. Yeah.
Panama with 1 into Uruguay, and
then punch.
Yeah, and you can even do that with 5-year plan as well. Yeah.
Right, you can follow it up.
Oh, and he gets a huge real-line too. Okay.
He probably deserves that one.
This game's getting spicy.
Yes. Good. Thomas, what are you going to do? You got to go to Algeria, I guess? Maybe Panama too, Algeria, Panama, but he's still holding blockade.
Yeah. He's got 2 ARs, so.
He's going to be disappointed when he sees 5-year plan dump it.
Yeah.
Probably what? Panama?
Suckers.
With socialist.
Yeah. He put it in
What
Thailand
did he do?
there. He put 1 in Thailand, so maybe he's planning on getting China card here.
Maybe so. I'm not tracking cards, so I don't know. Is Deco still in the deck?
He spaced that on turn 3.
Okay, so he doesn't need to worry about a Deco flip.
Yeah. Okay, but he smells the the China card play here. Puts one into North Korea.
I
But
think I would have punched him in Brazil
yeah.
because Thomas has so many things he wants to do. He wants to go to Algeria. He wants to go to Mexico. He wants to go to Panama. I wouldn't be worried about getting punched in Asia at all.
Nixon,
Panama. What is it going to be?
Brazil,
Got two.
Panama. Yeah.
You go Brazil. Oh, Brazil. And that makes sense. Oh, another purge hand. Oh,
yeah,
this is really nice.
Would you play One Small Step in the headline instead of purge? Because I think that purge has to be a Panama coup.
Where's the factors? No, I don't.
Or
what else does he have to?
Did
Panama?
we have lib
the
theory?
Factors is in the discard.
Yeah.
He had lib theory. I think he's getting into Central America with lib theory.
Okay, I missed that. That makes sense too.
It was really quick when he showed his hand. We'll have to go back and see, but I thought I saw lib theory.
Yeah.
I think I like purge as the headline.
I think he's checking defectors and he's checking missile envy too, and missile envy is a reason to do purge.
Oh, that's another good reason to do purge, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
so he does have lib.
Yeah, it has to be purge.
And he doesn't have a 4 to give, even though if he still gets missile, he's going to have to give up U2. So it's not really a great defense either way, but
I'd rather better to give up U2 than purge.
Yeah, yeah. It's not ideal for sure because he's going to get two. But yeah, I still think purge is better. What are you going to do otherwise? One small step, lib. You could do lib theory also, but I like purge here. I love to make my opponent stop.
Oh.
Now, what do you do as Thomas? Is it Argentina?
I think Zaire, right? Angola. Ooh, that's a real line target if I ever saw one.
Well, he's thinking I'm going to take a 4-op and put it right into Zaire. That's interesting, but I think that's where you coup.
Yeah.
When he doesn't even have a 4-op because he's purged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care for that. I think if you're going to go Africa, you had to go Zaire there.
Yeah.
So now maybe one small step right away, I think one small step before lib theology. But he's got one more turn to wait, so we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I don't know what Thomas is doing. He wants to get to Algeria. He wants to get to...
Okay, so now you... Okay.
I say one small step.
Yeah, no, I like
but this. Maybe he'll probably repair Panama. He'll probably repair Panama. Ooh.
He has to repair Panama before the coup. Which lets you take Mexico, place into Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like lib here. I like lib first.
Where's Fidel?
Fidel was space turn 3 as well. So
you have a much better memory than I do.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, so
but I think it was space turn 3.
If Fidel's in the discard, I like going to Cuba. If it's not in the discard, I don't think I'd go to Cuba. But yeah, I think this is
I mean, this forces
I don't know what you do for Thomas.
Thomas has to play into unless he's holding central, but
yeah, I mean he could play central right away if he's got it. If he's got Africa, maybe he doesn't have time to worry about central, and he's just got a bomb away in Africa. Maybe he's got Kennedy and central. He's like,
or you have the perfect counter.
Or maybe he's got VOA. Yeah.
Okay.
That works out really nice.
That makes the Angola coup make sense too, because then you can take the last one out of. You can take one out of Zaire.
Yeah. So if you're Thomas, you just got to start doing the battleground. Yeah, you just got to go. Ooh, I think I would have gone one small step before I tried that even.
I'm going into Cameroon before the Zaire coup is big, though.
Oh, but still, you don't want to go into Nigeria. He's just going to.
No, you're not going to go into Nigeria, but you're in Cameroon at least.
Yeah, right. But it seems like it's a bit of an empty threat because you're not going to Nigeria. Are you going to do the realigns? Nah, not with 5 in there.
No, don't do it with 5.
Oh.
No, this is tilting. Almost got him out, but that's tilting.
Almost. That seemed like a big ask.
Yeah.
to get them all out. Yeah, he's got to go China right now. He wants Angola, wants it bad. He needed that. Yep.
No, you event one small step.
Yeah.
But now Cameroon is a coup target.
Yeah, you could do Cameroon, or you just take Algeria. I know, just take Mexico. It depends on what Thomas has. This board is looking so much better for Thomas now than what it did just a bit ago.
Completely changed.
What is the battlegrounds now? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like Thomas has 12 and he had 8 before, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't.
Pretty much even.
I think Jan is now down to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12. So I think it's probably even on battlegrounds, and it was something like 15 to 8. That's a huge turnaround. You got to play. You don't want to play the Pope. You want to space the Pope.
Yeah, I think you space Pope. I don't think this coup does anything. No.
We haven't seen grain yet, have we?
No.
So maybe he doesn't want to space the Pope because of that.
Fair point.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. So he'll get the coup, protects his African battlegrounds, but what's he going to do after that?
Oh, this is not a good hand either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to control these cards, but it's...
Well, yeah. So I'm not sure. He's not going to get the coup. He might be able to stop African domination if things work out, but...
Well, here's a question. If you're Thomas, what are you coupping?
Exactly. Probably Iran. So maybe you play Mideast as your headline?
Yeah. I find it so awkward to coup Iran, or try to go for Iran as the U.S. when you're getting close to the late war, though. Yeah,
maybe it's Argentina. But those are the unscored regions.
I guess it depends if Jan gets out or not. If Jan doesn't get out, then you can coup Argentina and move into Paraguay.
Right. Well, even if he gets out, you can just, let him roll the dice for the realign. If he gets you out, it's not the worst thing in the world. Then you get into Nigeria.
I do not like South African unrest or Portuguese Empire here. I don't like that because that gives it.
Yeah, just gives him a coup target.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would just dump Mideast. Ooh, that's a domination, isn't it?
It is.
Why do you want to do that right away?
Yeah, and you have Portuguese and South African unrest. Oh, that hurts too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, do you give him Kennedy right away? Or do you give him Missouri? I guess you give him Missouri and give him the China card?
If I was card tracking, I would have a look at what was in the draw pile here to see how likely it is that my opponent has a lot of red cards, but
yeah, I haven't been tracking either. I don't know have we seen the gunman?
Yeah, Jan had it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you're not going to give him the gun if you give him Kennedy.
Yeah.
There's no scoring that he's going to be able to dump if you give him Kennedy.
No.
But kind of hate to give somebody Kennedy on.
Yeah. And that's the third power card. That's how you flip a game around. And it's
and roll a 6. That's very nice. Well, I think go ahead and do your realigns now. You got to try it, but
it's still 4. Like you need on average 4 ops to do that, right? That's what people forget sometimes. It's like still like -1.
Yeah, yeah, even with +1, that's I don't think you're going to get that with only 2 ops. Very unlikely. Now he protects it, and now he moves into Nigeria as well.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, the entire board is blue. Blue or even.
Flipping.
Yeah.
I think kitchen debates may be active even now. Makes sense. Yeah. Central America's not scored. At least get your 1 VP. What else are you going to do?
Yeah. And this is a sad...
I guess you need to go ahead and give up. I want to give up Mideast. Because it's not going to get better, I don't think, unless Thomas played Muslim. But
I have a hard
I
time
don't think
seeing
that's
him
one.
play Muslims.
What?
I have a hard time seeing him play Muslims. I think
Exactly.
he'd rather play
Exactly.
China
That
card
isn't.
than that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very likely.
In fact, I might even
Um,
I might play. There we go.
oh,
Yeah,
he is going to play it, but he's going to play it on the space race.
yeah. Now
You
I
might
don't
as well
know
give
if
up mid-east. What else are you doing?
yeah. I don't know if you feel the same as me, Michael, but sometimes I play this game as the USSR and I feel okay going into the mid-war. And then slowly but surely the whole world just turns blue. And you feel this just sense of dread that like no matter what I do, the whole mid-war is
Yeah.
just gonna go the wrong way for me here. And I feel
Well,
like maybe Jan is at that point in this game right now where it's just turning, Yeah, there we go.
see, give him a poke. You got to poke. You just going to go ahead and play it. I mean, I don't know. What else has he got to do?
Yeah. But then,
He
like,
doesn't need mill up, though.
if you were gonna do that play in Africa, you could have saved that. You could have saved Africa scoring until after you've tried this at least. But
Yeah, it doesn't seem very likely.
all right, you need mill ops too.
So I'm sorry, that was a coup of Cameroon.
Yeah, just for
Yeah, that
mill
makes
ops.
sense. Got to get your mill ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thomas probably wants to get his mill ops here. Maybe Uruguay.
Yeah, and then you still have the grain sales conundrum here. You don't have the China card. You don't have the China card anymore, and if you make your space, I guess
You're going to sit with grain cells for the whole rest of the game.
Yeah.
That's painful.
Yeah, but on the other hand, headline peak, important.
Yeah, so maybe instead of
headline peak when you have maybe a long shot DEFCON win is one of your few win options. I don't know.
It's going to be hard with no China card. So this shows that maybe he should have spaced John Paul last turn instead of playing Sadat. So if you make that space, now you're spacing Kennedy and you're hoping to race to the discard one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other way to have done that, to deal with something like grain cells.
I also want to point out you should always event Ask Not before you play it.
Yes. No reason not to. And Central. Yeah, I'd get rid of both. Oh.
No, he didn't get rid of it.
He drew Central.
Yeah,
he drew Central. Yeah,
yep.
He drew it. Yeah.
That was actually a lucky break for Jan. Otherwise, if he had control there, if you have Central that whole turn, you just take control of Central America, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, here comes grain sale.
Nicer hand. You know you're going to get grain sailed, but I think you still play Quagmire, right?
Yeah, let me look. What else does he have?
Okay, he has grain sales, Our Man in Tehran, Indie Reds, Alliance for Progress, Cuban Missile Crisis, How I Learned, UN Intervention, and South America Scoring.
Yeah, but what other card could Jan headline here? Are you going to headline Flower? That seems wasteful.
Yeah.
And if it's not Flower, it's got to be Quag. Okay. Picks up one small step. I'm sure Jan would have wanted to event that if he could have.
Okay. And Africa is going to be blue.
Yeah.
I feel like this is also one of those situations where you wanted grain sales in your own hand, because that's just like a coup of Nigeria there for Jan. It would just be so huge to try and turn this game around.
Yes, it would be interesting to have seen Thomas's hand to see what his hold decisions have been. Did he hold grain from last turn, perhaps? Yeah. So, are you going to take a big shot at? Yeah, I think you got to at this point. You've got nothing else to do. Oh, and you get a good roll. Might have even gone with Flower on it. That would have been overkill with that roll, but I think he needed that one. And he can get. You can realign or score arms. I think I realign while you can. Don't risk it.
You got to get him
realign that.
But you got to get him out of Chile too. Okay, he's out.
Yeah. maybe Thomas just gives up on us on this and just scores it. No, he's going to fight it. Put 2 in, put 1 into Columbia.
Makes perfect sense.
He's like, I'm going to try to get it. That's a little bit risky, but you might as well. What else do you got to do? I guess. Well, you still have Mexico and Algeria, so there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Jan going to do? He's going to space either the Pope or Puppet, and he's going to have to play the other one.
We've also neglected Europe, which has not been dominated now. We need to put 1 into non-battleground there, if we're Thomas.
Oh, pretty good point.
So there's stuff to do. I don't like the 1.
Oh, he missed the roll.
Yeah.
We didn't have a really good card to use on it. What is he going to do?
I mean, what about jamming with flower power?
Yeah, maybe that's the way to have done it, to jam it and then realign. I think I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good suggestion. Very good. I should have thought of that one. Omit for the event. This has really turned Thomas's way. I thought it was pretty bad for him there for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to start looking at the long shot DEFCON here. Like,
oh, and there goes Gun. He's not going to get DEFCON now.
Okay, just as I said that.
The long shot became a bit longer.
Yeah. Wow. And like everything is so overprotected too. It's not like
it looks pretty locked up. Are you going to give him? I think I almost give him John Paul and Space Puppets, but I'm not sure it's going to make a whole lot of difference. So Asia, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't see any way you're going to get a domination in Asia, right?
No. Nope.
And
we have to give puppets anyway because of
yeah, you're giving puppets. He's giving puppets.
Brain cells, right.
Right. He's giving it. So if Thomas, don't step into Cuba. Thomas.
Ooh, and it was a big unknown card too.
Yeah, it's a very nice. Now he gets his Europe domination. So Thomas ahead on the score. Dominating in Europe, not dominating in Africa, but has a potential African domination. Dominating in South America. Very nice in Central America. Dominating with shuttle in Mideast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in very good position.
Yeah. This game is an example of, kind of like crisis management, if that makes sense. Like, Thomas was so far behind, and then he did those magic realigns that had no business succeeding, but they did. Yeah. And like that's how you get back in these situations when you feel like you're hopelessly behind. You have this tiny chance at a very specific time to realign Mexico and Venezuela, or Brazil, sorry, and and it worked.
You've also got to be very careful with that because you can start doing these desperation plays before you really need to, because there's so much swing in the dice and the cards. Yeah. Sometimes you just want to stick out, keep on playing smart plays, keep on being efficient, even though things are looking bad, and then just hope that the luck turns around for you.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Thomas saw that, like, okay, I'm behind and I need to get a little bit lucky. Anyway, here's a monster.
Well, he had a very good chance because Jan did not protect Brazil.
Yeah. Okay, what do we do with Brush War here? That's my big question.
Italy, right?
Yeah, but you're still never going to dominate it. Ooh. Oh, right.
Yeah,
he's
but
holding UN.
That's a big change, though.
Yeah. Is that the third purge? It is the third purge.
That's the third purge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that terrorism's going to help you with gun out of the way. I mean,
no, but I think he's thinking he's thinking about shortening Thomas's hand a lot here because he's going to play UN for the event as well.
Right.
And he might.
I guess he could have hoped to hit UN.
Either hit UN or hit the big card that he's going to use UN on if it's Muslims or
hit war games.
Or war games.
Yeah, I do. I think I do like Brush War in Italy, though. I mean, that's a huge flip. You take away the Europe domination.
Yeah.
Even though Europe control as a path to victory looks rather unlikely.
Incredibly unlikely.
even if you flip Italy.
Yeah. I mean, you got the goal and then you have the Europe cards, so you should never say never, but
yeah, the clog is gone. So
okay, there's the other big 4-op. And a little bit of brush war protection of it. Italy. It's like he knew.
Yeah.
I think that might be Thomas being a good player and being like, okay.
He needed the non-battleground, right?
No, he had UK already. He took it last turn.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so that was brush war. Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
But what else is Thomas doing? Everything's looking good.
Yeah. And then as soon as Ortega's played, he's going to take Cuba and dominate or control everything on the board.
Yeah. Once Ortega's out, then he's free to move into. Well, have we seen Fidel? What's Fidel's stat?
Oh, right. Fidel is now in the draw.
Okay. So he doesn't want to step into Cuba regardless. Unless he's got Cuba, unless he's got Fidel and he plans on spacing him, of course. So at this point, if you're Jan, you need to be thinking, what is my path to victory? What is the possibility of the most lucky draws and dice rolls that I can get?
Yeah.
And how do I make my play to fit that possible path?
Yeah. And that's why I was thinking at Brush War of Thailand. So hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out here. Brush War of Thailand succeeds. Muslim Rev, and you sneak out a Middle East Dom.
Right.
Space for 3. And then War Games.
Okay.
It has to be something like that.
How is Brush War in Thailand going to help you, though?
So you get an Asia Dom.
You won't get an Asia Dom, will you?
You will. You'll have 4, and your opponent will have 2, and you'll have 3 with shuttle.
But on country count, is Thomas not still holding it on country count, even if he lost Thailand?
Oh, maybe you need like a decall or something as well.
Yeah.
but I'm this is like very much a long shot, of course, as well. But
I like my long shot. Flip Italy, draw Reformer, get yourself a domination in Europe and score right away.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And decall as well. Or decall, sorry. Decall.
We should have also included getting OPEC in our fantasy.
Yeah.
What's he going to try?
Okay.
Panama. Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the one you wanted to go for? It was a 5, I think. I think he would have hit it, but did he need it to go for something with more payoff?
I don't know if you saw what he typed there, but it was
Muslims now.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw what he typed there, but it was exactly what you were saying. He's so far behind that should probably have gone Italy instead.
Mm. Yeah, he needs to figure out. I mean, just getting Panama and keeping Central America from being a positive score for America is not going to get him there.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I think you're right. I think his path would have to be as narrow as it is. Would have to be something like a War Games win.
Yeah. Yeah, and now I don't
think about what's final.
And now that Brush War is gone,
if you think about final, he's up 8. Europe is plus 13. Asia, I think, plus 11. Mideast plus 11. Africa, it's not dominated, so it's plus 14. Central America plus 15, 16. Central. So I think Thomas is like plus 17 in final right now, something like that. That's kind of borderline. Extremely unlikely to come back, but it feels even more unlikely than that number, just because there's no good scorings on the board for Jan.
And everything's overprotected, so even if you get
everything's overprotected, so it feels more locked up than often is. So it's even worse than a normal plus 17.
A normal plus 17.
Yeah, even worse than a normal. Yeah, I definitely think what you ought to be doing when you get to the late war is you should be counting up the VPs and seeing who's going to win in final by how much, so that you can tailor your play to something like that and figure out, what do I need to do?
Yeah, just look at is Europe remotely possible? Is
Right.
DEFCON
Right.
possible. Now we know
Right.
that DEFCON's not possible.
Can I score a 5-point Africa, and then I get space VPs, and then I get to, I change Asia from domination to presence, or whatever. How am I going to get there? Well, Africa's not going to help you get there.
Nope.
And Aldrich, I guess you got to be careful. Oh, you're okay on Star Wars because you're ahead. And he'll see Thomas's headline, right?
Yeah.
So got to be Aldrich.
Yeah. And that's a bunch of points for Thomas.
Even. And
now there's going to be the Iron Lady and Sokov's situation as well.
Yeah.
Because you have to give up Iron Lady, which makes Sokov's free. Oh, this is just awful.
Well, you're going to have to wait on Iron Lady. No, don't give Mideast. Why you give Mideast? Oh, it's because shuttle. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't want to lose those VPs as well.
Yeah.
Even though maybe, well, you're going to have to probably coup in Africa, but it's still not going to change the domination, I don't think.
Or do we coup Mexico?
Oh, he's got Central, yeah. So maybe he coups Mexico. That's probably a higher reward.
Yeah.
So maybe you dump Mideast, you coup Mexico, and you just hope for lucky dice.
Yeah.
And Thomas doesn't even have the ops to take Cuba.
He does with special and defectors, but Fidel is still unknown.
He get there.
Yeah.
And I mean, he could always play China if he had to, but I think I'd want to hold that, even though he doesn't need to hold it for DEFCON, but it's always nice to hold it to turn 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. You need to. I'm not sure what the path to victory is, though.
No, there is none. Sadly, we're sitting here commenting on a game that I really don't know what to say about this other than, like...
Is he going to go Africa? You might as well take a shot at Mexico, but I'm not sure that it makes a whole lot of difference.
No. You're 5-year planning Africa anyway, because otherwise you're probably even going to just lose on this.
Oh, you're right. What am I thinking? Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm blind, of course.
So coup Mexico with the 3-op, I would say, instead of a 2-op.
Yeah, you might as well coup Mexico now. Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, roll.
Well, yeah.
The roll does not help.
It doesn't. It doesn't help, but you gotta take your chances. Yeah, I think Mexico was probably better there, but really, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think if I'm Thomas here, I also just that does that kind
He's just saying realign me. I don't care. He doesn't. Jan doesn't really have a great secondary target. Though it's a problem.
Yeah, this makes sense. Take that dom away, but I mean, he can also just flip it with Iron Lady, but that makes Sokov's free later. So
right. Yeah, I think you want to hold Iron Lady as long as you can.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Thomas has any reason to play Socialist before. He might as well. I forgot what Thomas's cards were. What's he going to space? He had Reformer too, right? So you're probably going to space Reformer no matter what.
Yeah. But if I'm Thomas, I probably just score Central here before Fidel. I mean, no, because if Jan had Fidel, he would have played it at this point rather than Pershing.
No, I think I just score it.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to mess with trying to go into Cuba for something like that.
Yeah. Nice roll.
Yeah, he got 2 for 1 op. Removed 2 for 1 op, so that's a value. Tom's going back.
if you remember what I said before
Might as
about
well. There's
slowly,
really not a whole lot else to do,
no,
right?
that like feeling of slowly marching towards a U.S. victory as the USSR is even worse when it's at this point where it's like, oh, just get war games so we can we can be done with this game.
Yeah.
Oh no, and that happens. What's that?
Well, yeah, that's a risky take. It's only +1, so it's far from guaranteed or all.
Yeah. Oh, he
Oh, he's gonna play first. That's
catches a
nice.
break
At
with
least you
that.
get something out of that. Catches a break. I wonder why Thomas went ahead and played that right away. I forget what else he had in his hand.
It's Reformer and is it Special? Have we seen Special? I played Special into Argentina. I don't remember what the last one was. Yeah, it's the Space
I
Reformer.
think he played Special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a Space Reformer. NORAD. Oh, is that giving him? Yeah, he needed that, I guess, for domination. And then I like it. I like playing Iron Lady right after Socialist just to make your opponent feel bad.
Yeah. At least there's that.
There's those very small satisfactions.
Yeah. All right. The Reformer's gone, and yeah, what do you even do now? I don't know.
Yeah, Muslims is gone. Let's see. What are the scorings? There's Europe and Mid East and Asia.
I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, Mid East is gone. So there's Europe and Asia. That's it.
Poke Italy, but you don't even have access to Italy, so you can't.
Yeah, I mean, hitting him in Japan is probably as good as anything. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, see, 8 to 6 on countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
dire. There's no place to. Yeah, well, there's no battlegrounds you can even hit him in. I guess Japan, but I don't remember what Thomas has. He should know what Thomas has.
Yeah.
It's a 1-hour game, so Thomas has 34 minutes left, basically. So you're not going to win on time. Yeah, that's probably as good as anything. Then maybe you can start doing some realigns next turn.
Yeah, when you start thinking you're going to have to do hero realigns for 7 ARs to win this, that's when you know you're not doing well.
Yeah, that's pretty dire when you're counting on -1, -2 hero realigns for 7 turns straight.
Brezhnev was the last card. That's right.
Yeah. So Thomas takes a nice domination there, and you're giving up a Europe domination. De Gaulle is not going to save you. Fidel's okay. I mean, it's not a bad hand. But
you know what I would do here? I would headline De Gaulle and then play Missile Envy and hope to get a blue 4-up. Because then I could play those into Italy if I got a 4-up.
Well, if you get a 4-up, you could go, then you could flip it maybe.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah.
This happens.
I mean, if you get a 4-up with Missile on the headline, you could double poke West Germany and score it right away. But I mean, that's just such a temporary thing.
Yeah, there are no 4-ups though.
Where did he prevent him from playing? Oh, Asia. So Thomas is thinking he's going to get an Asia domination too, maybe. Yeah, I guess Africa, at least that starts. I mean, that makes it narrower. Interesting Thomas didn't do it in Mid-East, but I mean, I think that's as good as anything.
Yeah, it might be that.
Of course, he rolls a wall on that.
It might be that he just has Asia scoring, and then China card pokes North Korea and India, and you score it for a dom.
Yeah, he can definitely get a domination here. I mean, probably even get a long-term domination. Flip.
You'd have to poke one and flip another. Yeah. Flip India and poke South Korea.
But he's got China card. He's got China card to do it. I don't know where the IP war is. I might hold on to that in case Thomas hits you in South Korea.
Oh, I didn't even see Korean War in this hand. Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I don't know if IP war is in the discard or if it's in the deck or possibly in Thomas's hand. But if I'm Thomas, I would be deciding between trying to hit India or South Korea.
Yeah. But sorry, we're ahead of ourselves.
He did Chernobyl there.
He missed the coup there. Shouldn't this just be a very easy decall into Zaire and Algeria and Nigeria?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right.
For now. Did he forget that it's his turn? This has happened to me more than once, where I play Missile Envy and headline and then forget it's my turn. It also happens.
Well, I'm trying to think from Tom's standpoint. Yeah, I'm thinking from Tom's standpoint, the fact that he Chernobyled Asia suggests that he's planning to play in Asia.
Yeah.
So maybe your deco is also going into Asia somewhat to try to stop the domination, but you got to go there.
Yeah,
I like Algeria.
It's so easy to dodge. He has the China card, although we know he doesn't have any 4-ops. So
you're saying it's easy for Thomas to dodge?
Yeah. I mean the decall.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Thomas get the domination.
Yeah. Thomas gets the domination easy, short term, but also probably long term for final scoring. Not that it matters. We're talking very much as if this matters in final scoring.
Hypotheticals. Yeah, we're talking margins. I think we're talking margins. So we should take a look at the VP count. So it's 8. Europe makes 13. Asia is 11. Mid East is another 3. 14. Africa 15. China card 16. So I think Thomas is winning by 16 right now in final, but Jan is going to have to give up a Europe domination as well.
And probably an Asia dom as well.
And very, very possibly an Asia domination. So he's probably losing in final something like by 30 VPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And there's not really, and there's not, there's no miracle rolls to get you back in at this point, I don't think.
No, I was thinking like a crazy Iran-Contra event here and then just realign everything in Africa. I guess score Europe first and then
I think that's the way to go. Frankly, that's probably the way to do it. Yeah, you also do Iran-Contra.
And you have South America target as well.
Is Thomas in Argentina?
Yeah.
No, I think Jan is in Argentina. Didn't he get it?
Yeah, Jan has Argentina, but Thomas has influence there. 1 influence, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's 1-3.
What did he do with Iran-Contra? Did he event it?
He filled Iraq. Oh, that's even easier than...
Yeah, that makes it simple.
Okay, so now you event that for sure, right? Yeah.
What's that?
You event Korean War and you miss it, and nothing is going Jan's way. So now we have 4 dominations.
Well, even eventing it's not going to help you.
Yeah.
And Thomas, is that a domination of final as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a domination of final.
Yeah. So. That's a great combo, Chernobyl and then VOA.
Yeah.
You rarely see those two cards working together like that.
Yeah, usually you want to hold VOA until AR7, but with those cards with Asia in hand and Chernobyl, that worked out perfectly for Thomas.
And now I feel like Jan is going to run out of ARs, right?
Yeah, he still has to play Europe, and then he's got 1 turn for his real calls.
Yeah, but that should just be Fidel event for 4 VPs.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Hero realigns.
Yeah.
Fidel.
For anyone still watching this at this point in the game, listen to Twilight Struggle.
What we need to do for Twilight Struggle is have what is the betting where you have like plus minus? So you could have like a over under.
Right. So halfway through the
You
game,
think that
how do we think this is going to end? But honestly, in turn 4, this was looking good for Jan. In turn 5, it was like evenish, and then it just completely turned around.
So at the beginning of turn 10, we could have set the over under line and let people pause and make their speculation.
Yeah. Painful game for Jan. But I'm very grateful that he sent it in after I asked him to. So 2 very good players. I would say in this game, those realigns were huge. And then it was small mistakes and very small, 34 is the final score. Very small margins that just tilted in Thomas's favor the whole time.
Well, Thomas drew some really nice cards in mid-game.
Yeah. That's true. He got all 3 power cards. That's true.
Yeah, he did get brushed. I mean, he did get purged, 3 times in the game?
He got purged 3 times, that's true. But then he got ABM, Junta, and Brush War.
But he got ABM, he got Brush War. He got some decent rolls there. I'm not even sure that if Jan had changed things up, it would have made a difference the way things started going.
Yeah.
But you're right. That realign where he knocked him out of Brazil, knocked him out of Mexico was such a big swing. That was definitely the play of the game.
And do you feel like maybe even after that, Jan was a little bit tilted and didn't play 100% accurate? Maybe because of that, maybe because of something else, you don't know, but those things have a psychological effect on you, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. You really sometimes when you get hit like that and just get knocked down, you need to just take a few seconds, take a deep breath and pause and reset yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're right. When you do get those kind of huge reversals, there's a tendency to tilt. So I try to take a few moments just to, put that behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to put it behind you and go on. And sometimes the dice and the cards go against you. And if you let that affect you, you'll lose your chances to make up the difference later.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this cast. It was fun to finally, I don't know if we've ever done a cast before together. So it was, you just started casting, but I've never talked to you before.
Yeah, this is my second one. So I enjoyed it very much. It was, an interesting game. It was really looking like it was going to be Jan's game, I thought, in the early war. He had a very nice spread for the mid-war with D-Style, but then just everything fell apart.
Yeah. And I would say for people who hate getting purged, watch this game and watch how Thomas played it. Because, he got purged 3 times and still had a very dominating position at the end of it. So
crushing.
It was one time he was purged and then he just evented nuke subs. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to do anything but coup in Africa. And then that's what he did. So,
that was the turn he also had BOA, which rescued him in Central America.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So that was the very timely draw for Thomas as well on that particular turn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have to actually go play a game now, so I'm going to do that. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for Jan for sending me the game, even though he lost. Some people don't want to send games when they lose. So, but that's a nice thing for him to do. And we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Father, a very prominent young man in the entertainment world, addressing a tremendous gathering in California. It was during the time of the Cold War, and communism and our own way of life were very much in people's minds, and he was speaking to that subject. And suddenly, though, I heard him say, I love my little girls more than anything, and I said to myself, oh no, don't say that. But I had underestimated him. He went on, I would rather see my little girls die now, still believing in God, than have them grow up under communism and one day die no longer. light and